Butch Jones says receiver Vaughn Pearson will remain suspended from the university while an ongoing sexual assault investigation is continuing. I'm Deb Carson.
The age of social media, the age of consuming everything on demand when you want it, streaming, skipping commercials, Netflix, Amazon Prime, all of the above. Doesn't it seem like, in a lot of ways, oh my God, it's fantastic. In the 90s, they were talking about the future, and they're right. It is amazing. It's amazing. It's incredible. Your phone. Think about maybe the first computer you ever got back in the day when a household computer became a thing in the 90s and early 2000s. And yeah, think about that time. Think about what your computer could do then and what your phone can do now. It outpaces it so much. Several years ago, like 2, 3, maybe even 4 years ago, Patton Oswalt, the comedian, got on stage and pointed this out to a bunch of his comedic peers, saying, just do it. Be yourself. There's never been a better time than this digital age to make something of yourself as a comic. You can get yourself out there with Twitter. You can get yourself out there with Facebook and YouTube. And he held up his phone and he's like, I'm holding in my hand more filmmaking capability than Orson Welles had for his movies. So the digital age, truly incredible. Very impressive stuff going on. For sure. For sure. And parts of it are amazing. Parts of it, though, doesn't it feel as though the digital age amplifies some of the worst traits in human nature 1,000-fold? The willingness with which people are leaping headlong with vigorous abandon into arguments on message boards, spouting off like confident authorities on things that they have no clue about, really. They just know, I'm going to be right. What's that old expression? Can't come to bed. Someone's wrong on the internet. Got to stay up and argue with a faceless stranger on Facebook. And people get that much more aggressive and that much more nasty, and they let things fly in ways that they never would in the past. And I'm telling you now, as we continue in this digital age, temper yourselves with a little humanity and reason. And remember the words of Doris M. Smith, who said, arguing with a fool proves that there are two.
This is the 80s Show on iHeartRadio. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Say ho. Say ho. Whoa. Ho. Whoa. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show.
Yeah, alrighty then. Alrighty then. Hold on. Wait. I've been reprimanded for the quality behind the process. Any better, Funkhauser? Yeah? Better? Good. All right, cool. You know, I do preach a lot of tolerance in here. I do preach a lot of turning the other cheek. But if I do find the person that's been changing my board and causes it to be an S show every single morning when I walk in here, I will leave them a steaming pool of blood on the studio floor as a reminder to future board ops not to mess with my stuff. Alrighty then. We've got a lot to get through today, and we have multiple guests in the studio. Concept 714, host of the #1 hip-hop podcast in the universe, is here, continuing his tutelage under the under the genius that is super producer to the star.
I wouldn't go that far.
Barry Funkhauser. Concept 714, in case you've missed his past appearances on the show, a guy who hosts an incredible podcast where he gets pretty much all my favorite rappers to be on the air with him, and discovered him through the magic of, Wax tweeted him out. I listened to the interview. I was like, damn, this is one of the best interviews I've heard in a long time. This guy should come and be on the show. And not only is he a frequent contributor to the show, but he's also cutting his teeth in the world of corporate radio, of a premier radio network. So you're learning stuff today, Concept?
I am learning very much every day.
What would you learn today?
He likes
what'd
two
you-
creams
You like your-
to his one sugar. Yes, I learned that. No, I'm very proud and very happy to be here. It's been a learning experience. Definitely, every time I come here, I feel more prepared for the next time. So he is my Yoda.
Buttons you push.
He doesn't know.
Oh, by the way, from a movie that he has not seen yet.
Yeah.
We have determined today. He has no point of reference. He doesn't know what that means.
Well, it's good to know that you're learning radio fundamentals like 2 creams, 1 sugar.
Right.
We are also joined by Marie Lanza, our guest reader of the news from the podcast The Dirt. How are things going today, Marie?
They're great. Thanks for having me again.
Yay! All right, we're all one big happy freaking family. We've got a lot to get through and extra people in the room, so I figured we just dive straight in with the news. My Witness News in no way, shape, or form fair, certainly not balanced. And then we'll get into Amy Schumer after someone went crazy. I think crazy is a good expression. After someone went crazy at a showing of her movie Trainwreck and shot up the place, killing various people. Amy Schumer has a lot to say about gun legislation. And is she the right person to be saying it? Is anyone going to take her seriously? Is this helping or hurting? Is this dividing us more over this particular issue, or is this helping us work out a solution to some very pressing problems? We don't know, but we will get into it a little later on after the news. Marie, what's going on in the world?
Experts say robots will someday awaken and demand their rights.
Yeah. Do you see that thing? Who was it? Wozniak and like all the big computer guys.
Yeah.
I think Wozniak and Gates and all these folks, this whole idea of artificial intelligence, they're just like, don't do it. It's the wrong thing to do, especially if you're going to use it, especially if you're going to weaponize artificial intelligence. It's just not a good move. And they're convincing us that it'll essentially be the end of history as we know it, and it's a really, really bad idea. And they're saying that robots will someday awaken and demand their rights. I just hope it's not when I'm having sex with a vacuum cleaner, because that would be awkward. What else? One more piece of news, quick.
Adult coloring books are trending across America.
They also hold adult coloring contests. All you need to enter are crayons, paper, and a big gaping sadness hole in your life.
Starting from here, my head is where I feel numb. From the front of my neck to the base of my skull, to get it back by the way my mind is working. Like that, my emotion, my control is always shaking. So no, it be nothing left at all. My mind is like an empty hole. I wanna be called for help, but all my friends are like a pressure valve. And what I need is salvation and a little bit of patience. Oh, with all the love I have, I'm still alone. Something I would never wish upon anyone. There's been something I would never wish upon anyone. Understated side with the feelings all associated with the sad life that I'm bringing. The tears and the singing, being alive isn't a gift when there's so much you have missed and so little ringing true. The words to you by the people you trusted, when it all came down to choosing your ideals, developing your feelings. Back once again, the ill behavior, delivering and giving you a musical savior. Back once again, it's your boy AD, and can't nobody rock a party better than me. Back once again, the ill behavior, delivering and giving you a musical savior. Back once again, it's your boy AD, and can't nobody rock a party better than me. Hey, you, what's that sound? I'm coming so loud from your radio dial. AD, be getting down when you're rocking the jams. Here I am, going back once again, I'm ruling all.
Alrighty then. We will talk about Amy Schumer and her take on gun legislation following the shooting in a showing of her movie Trainwreck a little later on in the show. It's definitely a can open worms everywhere type of situation. Because for reasons that we'll get into shortly. Right now, though, let's roll on with the news. What else is going on in the world?
All right, here you go. Hillary Clinton shut down a New York department store so she could get a haircut.
Right. Because it takes a truly special and private salon to make you look like a terrifying clone of Bjorn Borg from 1983. That makes sense.
I don't get the reference.
Timely reference.
Yeah, thank you very much. Bjorn Borg. You know, I think it's growing up in England watching Wimbledon watching Wimbledon every single summer. Bjorn Borg was regarded as being one of the greatest tennis players of all time. And every single summer when Wimbledon was going on, they trot him out so he could thoughtfully weigh in on who was going to win and why. Anyways, yes, 2 people got that joke, but to those 2 people, I am now a god. Go on.
Donald Trump says he'd love to have Sarah Palin as part of his administration.
Right.
Thank you.
Only for Secretary of Stupid. I would imagine her job would be to make him look intelligent by comparison. We've talked about this a lot on the show. Trump, great ideas, just wrapped up in a bright orange, ridiculous cotton candy, pea-stained cotton candy looking toupee situation. Like Donald Trump, he makes so many great cogent points and then he just ruins them by being Donald Trump. It's ridiculous. And generally speaking, I'm not that person that's ever going to get out and vote defensively. Like if I like someone, I'll go and I'll pull the lever for democracy and I'll do my best to use what little power I've been given to ensure that they find their way into some sort of office where I feel like they can do the good that they're going to do. But Sarah Palin's probably got to be the only person. This is regardless of her politics leaning left or right or whatever the hell it is, but I honestly feel like she's a dangerous idiot with exactly zero public concern. I think she's such a narcissistic idiot that I think she could potentially plunge us directly into the Third World War. I give her about a week and a half before she could do some very, very serious damage if she was ever given a position of any real power.
There's already been 2 wars, you know?
Yeah, I'm not sure she's opened a history book to know that.
Well, I don't know. I would actively go out and vote against Sarah Palin, like regardless of who the other candidate was. I'd be like, I'd like to pull the lever for not Palin. Go on.
Hello, McCain. As soon as he put her on his ticket, everything went to hell. A government panel is recommending that adults be screened for depression.
Yeah, adults should be screened for depression, according to the government. Sounds like a good idea, but parking near my doctor's office is awful, and I'm desperately overdue for an oil change. Plus, he never has an appointment that's convenient for me, so screw it. What's on Maury today? Go on.
A female escort in West Virginia killed a serial killer she met online after he tried to strangle her.
Mm-hmm. Yep, worst OkCupid date ever. And that includes Funkhausers. It's insane. Like, she straight up killed him. It's like an episode of The X-Files or a movie or something like this. They found, like, bleach and machetes and limestone in his trunk. Like, she had a very, very narrow escape. And he's like, I don't think they've got the proof yet, but it's basically a given that he's hacked up like 20 or 30 prostitutes. And she took him out. That's got to be a weird, and like terrifying but empowering feeling.
Does she get the day off of prison?
There's no way she's going to prison. There's no way she should even see a courtroom.
Well, so she was defending herself.
She was defending herself
from him.
Right. She met him.
Yeah.
To escort
kill
him.
Me. Dude, I'm gonna kill you.
He was attempting to kill her, and he
tried to kill her, and she defended herself.
Oh, okay.
And he was strangling her, and she killed him.
I thought she was also a killer who just happened to kill a serial killer.
No.
That would have been a real.
No, she met him online, and she killed him after he tried to strangle her.
Sure, of course. Yeah.
She shot him with his own gun. So, like, tough chick. Tough chick, because, like, in the midst of being strangled, she managed to get his gun from him and blow him away.
Yeah.
Impressive stuff.
Good for her. Save taxpayers their dollars.
Yeah, I wonder.
Him in jail.
Can you imagine her next real date after this? I mean, whether it's been paid for or not.
I think she's retiring.
No hookups or serial killers.
Yeah. Must be employed, must be drug and alcohol free, and must not have a tendency to hack up prostitutes and keep them in your trunk. Go on.
Cops in Hawaii shot a pregnant cow that wandered into traffic.
Oh, it's an utter tragedy.
Oh.
Wow.
That's all I got. Pretty much the rest of the show is down.
Oh my God.
Look at you guys all laughing. The same folks that were crying for Cecil the Lion the other day. The hypocrisy is thick in this room. Thick, I tell you. Go on.
The Twitter feud between Taylor Swift and Nicki Minaj is over.
Yeah.
I don't know who the real winner is.
Us.
Yeah.
Us for not knowing.
All of us?
Yeah.
Us for it being over.
I would say that the loser is the rest of America for having to hear about a Twitter feud between Taylor Swift and Nicki Minaj. What was it over? Wasn't it just like
Jesus.
I didn't concept?
Yes.
You are our curator of all things urban. Why was Nicki Minaj mad at Taylor Swift?
Well, it seemed that I think Nicki Minaj made a comment about how Hollywood's only pushing out like small body females, like skinny females.
Right.
And
Right, because the enormous ass isn't celebrated at all in this culture, not even one little bit.
and Taylor Swift's ego responded immediately, thinking about it was about her indirectly. So then she responded with blah 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 and so forth and so forth. I'm ashamed to know all that information, to be honest.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm in Drake's corner in this one.
The day Taylor Swift and Nicki Minaj kiss and make up, there's a video I'll actually watch. And until then, let's move right along. Go on.
NWA may reunite for an upcoming tour with Eminem.
Yeah, Eminem playing the part of Eazy-E. Because, I mean, there's a big NWA movie coming out, which actually, like, I hate dramatized versions of real events for the most part. I mean, like, especially ones that are that recent. But, man, I don't even know the names of the actors that they got to play. The guy who was playing Ice Cube really looks like Ice Cube. Everything from, like,
Ice
just the
Cube's
way
son.
he...
It's his
Is it
son,
his
right?
son? Yeah.
Okay.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh my! Well, that would explain a lot of it.
Yeah,
He's
that
had
would.
good times to pick up. He's had plenty of time to pick up on his mannerisms, but everything from like obviously he bears a resemblance to him, but just like his mannerisms and everything, like it looked really, really solid. And NWA, one of my favorite bands of all time, so I'm stoked for it. I thought it looked terrible, and then I saw the trailer. I was like, this looks really cool. And because of the movie, NWA might reunite, and Eminem might take the place of Eazy-E. Thoughts?
Well, you know what NWA stands for, right?
I do.
I'm not sure Eminem fits that criteria to begin with. And
Well-
second, there's like Kendrick Lamar. There's like other ones that would fit better than Eminem. It just seems kind of like a bone. Not that he needs one, but
Yeah, but
just
isn't he
kind
his
of like
boy? You know, aren't they
yeah.
boys?
That's the only reason he's doing. What about Snoop? Like, there's just someone else that I would have picked before.
Are they
Eminem.
opening for Eminem?
No, he's joining the group, right? As just for the tour. AD.
Yeah, he's going to
Reunite-
play the part of Eazy-E.
Yeah.
For an upcoming
So is he
tour
going to
with-
be okay? Then you need someone that's able to spit like E, right? Is that why they're doing it?
You know, look, Eminem
They're doing it
sells
to sell tickets.
Yeah,
Let's
I mean,
all be
yeah.
honest.
that's the way it comes down to. But Jesus, all right, no, I mean,
You know, actually, with regard to the N word in NWA, the N in NWA, like I actually went see when I was when I was younger, I would be out at the club, specifically hip hop clubs, on a regular basis. I would go battle. I would do all this sort of stuff that I did that I no longer have time to do. But it's been a while since I've been to what could be described as something with a distinctly urban feel. And I went and saw. You ever see? Do you know who Michael Blackson is? Have you ever seen him?
I don't think so.
He's widely regarded as, I guess, the way he's billed is he's the African Eddie Murphy. I think he's from Ghana or something like that. But I went to see Michael Blackson do his thing the other day, and every comic on the bill, and including the MC, especially the MC. I was the absolute only white person in the room. It was an interesting one because, like, I was like, it didn't bother me at all. because why would it? But the only time it did bother me was when I saw the one other white person that was there, and they gave me a knowing look. I was like, "You put that knowing look away. What are you even suggesting? Like, stop making eye contact and smiling. It's not. No, this is not a thing. We're not doing this." But the use of the N-word was so frequent, more so than I remember it being in the past, that I was just like, this is crazy. This word is clearly not going away. This word is clearly not going away. And I don't know, has the meaning of it morphed into something else? Has it? I mean, what do you think?
No.
Ask,
You don't think?
ask us in 100 years.
Well, no, I mean, like,
Jesus.
okay. How many white people refer to you as that, Funkhauser?
Me?
Yeah.
0.0, I think.
See, a lot. Like, I get that a lot. Like, what's up, my N-word is something that is used as a greeting to me. Maybe, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, no,
Who are you hanging out with?
Just,
AD, who you hanging out? I would like to think myself as very hip hop oriented, and none of my friends call like it. I think that word is portrayed more now, whether they want to admit it now as like an ignorant reception for someone. Like, people have like you just don't use that in business or anything.
No.
And as a friend, like, there's so many other words I'd rather choose than that one to refer to a friend as, or hey, what's up, dog, bro? What's up? How you doing? Something like that.
Yeah.
That would not be my go-to word, and I'm very much in hip hop. So
I would never ever use it. Like, those words,
Right.
that word doesn't come out of my mouth even when I'm singing.
I
along
feel
with my
bad
favorite
calling
rap
people
songs.
comrade.
come on,
Right?
wow.
Yeah. Bill Tanks by We Drink Vodka, comrade. But no, like, on a regular basis. Maybe it's more of a Texas thing. I don't know, because when I'm in California, not so much. In Texas, literally all the time. Like, white people referring to me as that, black people referring to me as that, and yeah, no, it's it's part of the almost polite conversation. It's worked its way into the vernacular where it applies to a white guy, and I never would use it. I never would use it, but like, the frequency with which I notice it being used is, I'm just like, okay, look, I get it. Like, I understand that word is not for white people to use. That being said, white people are using it left, right, and center, and to not be able to use it is almost more of a divisional wedge being driven between two different races of people. Like, hey, I can use this, but you can't, therefore we're different, therefore you stay on your side of the room and I stay on my side of the room, therefore this white guy gives me an awkward look at a show where everybody is using this word left, right, and center. And it's just like, it's interesting. I found it to be the proliferation of its use is getting more. It's greater and greater. It's more and more frequent, and I think it is something that is now dividing two cultures. And I wonder, and it's a divide that I don't feel was anywhere near as pronounced when I was younger. So, like, I wonder about this. It really made me think about it this past weekend, just gone by. And I do kind of find it to be like this. It's a weird. It's a weird double standard in a lot of ways. Now, is it a double standard that the people that use the word, are able to lay a claim to? Yeah, I think it is. I mean, look, it's for them to decide when it's not appropriate. But it does give a certain amount of power to that word that stops people from it's not bridging any kind of gap of understanding to use it more and more unless everyone's allowed to use it, which of course we're not. So it's a weird one. It made me see that more people are using it, and it made me feel like it's even more damaging now than it used to be. Did any of the above make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
It all made sense.
Yes.
All righty.
You could do hours of talking about the words and having power, giving power, whether we should give power or not give power to words.
Yeah.
People are very sensitive about it.
And when a white person comes up to me and is like, "What up, my N-word?" I'm like, "Well, that's ridiculous." And when a black person comes up to me and says, "What up, my N-word?" I go, "Ha ha ha! I can't respond the way you talk to me."
Haven't had much of a reason to smile. Haven't had many things go my way. Haven't had many sunny days. Haven't had many things go right. But I've had so many sleepless nights. Nothing ever seems like it will be half of what I hoped it would be. So just this one time, please let things go my way. this one time, please let me sing a happy song. Never wanna get my hopes up high, and I can't fail if I don't try. So I won't get up and I'll stay inside. Things are so much better when I hide, and it's so much easier in this place, 'cause it keeps me here and it keeps me safe. But if I get up and try again, it would be so nice just once to win. So just this one time, please let things go my way. So just this one time, please let it be a better day. So just this one time, please don't let anything go wrong. So just this one time, please let me sing a happy song. Get up again. It would be so nice just once to win. One time, please let me sing a happy song. I know it's not right, but I think that I would feel better if I could smash all your fingers so you could never touch a guitar again, and make that horrible thing that you so laughably call music. That's not what the word music means, that's not how you use it. You gave it a shot, you tried your best just sucked without enough, so hang it up, just give it up. It's time somebody lets you know that you will never be good enough. You will never be one of us, you will never be good enough. You know why? You're better sucks, and you're going nowhere, and that's why no one cares. And you should be aware, you should know your better sucks. So go get a day job, you unspecial douche-wad. You talentless ass clown, just put the guitar down. Your band sucks, your band sucks. You know you think that by now you would have moved on from trying. Every time you step on stage, your hopes and dreams, they should be dying. Cream rises to the top, you got to the middle and stopped. You scale the heights of mediocrity and mean nothing in the city. Trying out for years, giving your blood, sweat, and tears. Yet there's no one at your shows or listening to your lame ass demos. Your name is a name that no one really knows, and you're never gonna be on the radio. And sucks, and you're going nowhere, and that's why no one cares. And you should be aware, you should know your plan sucks. So go get a day job, you unspecial douche-wad. You talentless ass clown, just put the guitar down. Your band sucks, your band sucks. You will never be good enough. 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 You will never be good enough.
Go ahead, favorite the show and enjoy AD on the go. iHeartRadio presents AD.
Popular. That went out over the air, didn't it?
Yep.
I have mail. Still holding on to the still holding on to the America Online email address. Not only that, There's two things I've held on to for dear life as the years have fallen away. One is my first ever cell phone number. I've kept that since day one. And the other is my America Online email address. Only because, like, I used to live such a transient life, and still kind of do because of radio. Like, England, New York, Texas, California, back and forth. Never really having a chance to put down roots and call a specific place home above all the rest. And I've got a chance to call lots of places home. But because so many things have been so inconsistent in my life for so long, I've held on with grim determination to my first ever cell phone number and my America Online email address. Not only that, I'll go one better than this. For radio, right? You get all this stuff together and you prep. You prepare for your show. You make a bunch of notes for yourself. And if you don't pay for America Online, if you don't stump up the $12, $17, whatever the hell it is every single month for your email address, you can't use the America Online program. You can use the web version of it for free, but you can't use the America Online program. I've gotten so used to the way the America Online program works, and I just fly through doing all my radio prep and making notes for myself. When I tried to give it up, I can't. I'm just too used to it. I'm too used to the way it works. I'm too used to the muscle memory of preparing for my shows within this America Online program. So not only do I still have America Online, I'm one of the few idiots in the world that actually stumps up $12 a month to pay for the privilege of having an email address. It's so effing stupid. Let's roll through what remains of the news. Marie Lanza, what is going on in the world? Oh, and in case you hadn't noticed, we are joined by a guest reader of the news today, Marie Lanza, along with Concept 714, host of Wake the Flock Up, number one podcast of number one hip hop podcast. Why don't you tell them?
Number one hip hop podcast in the known universe.
I feel like I'm on vacation.
The known universe.
The known.
I can't
universe.
vouch
Now,
for Planet X or.
Let me ask you this: you told us during the break that you're off to San Antonio, Texas, at the end of the month. Why?
Oh, okay. I'm being indicted into Zulu Nation, Mighty Zulu Kings. It's taking me up. They hit one of the first credited original.
Indicted or inducted?
Inducted.
Indicted.
Indicted to be inducted.
Indicted makes it sound like you're in trouble. Inducted means you've made a tremendous contribution to the art form that is hip-hop. Zulu Nation, for those that don't know, it's the original sort of hip-hop crew from the South Bronx, started by Africa Bambaataa. And it is a tremendous honor that host of the number one hip-hop podcast in the known universe, Concept 714, is going to be inducted into it, and that'll sound awfully good at the beginning of your podcast, won't it?
It will, and then that logo, the fact of being able to wear the vests and the logos and all that stuff. Yeah. It's a personal triumph ever since I was a child to be a part of Zulu Nation, and not to be the Mighty Zulu Kings is a chapter that I'll be inducted into. It's a complete honor, and I'm looking forward to it.
And basically, what it means is that Concept has made a tremendous contribution to the art form and culture of hip-hop through his podcast, Wake the Flock Up. And that means if you haven't given it a listen, you really should. So, yay, Concept 714, yay!
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Go on. What else is happening in the world?
All right, here you go. Jennifer Aniston reportedly cheated on Brad Pitt with Matt LeBlanc.
With Matt LeBlanc?
Wow.
Yeah, while they were filming Friends.
Yeah. Or as anyone under the age of 40 puts it, that cat lady cheated on the dead-eyed guy with tons of kids.
Wow.
With tons of kids? Wow. Is that what happened after?
Do you know how many children Brad Pitt has now?
No.
Neither does he. He lost track at about 11. But, like, the guy is, like, elbow deep in diapers for the rest of his life.
Did you know it's also reported that one of the children wants to go back to Africa?
What?
Yeah. Yeah. It's reported. TMZ reported it. So
Stop
it's true.
I know it's true.
Apparently, like...
well, I read that...
I've been asking to go back.
I read that Angelina Jolie was doing something, that, like she always does there, and she brought her daughter, I forget her name, who was born there.
They call her number 6.
I can't keep up either with all their children. But she brought her back.
Yeah.
I saw, but that's funny. Well, TMZ reported it.
It's a kid. What do they know? But can I bring my tablet with? No, you can't.
No,
see, once they realize there's no tablets or they'll want to come back.
There's no... There's no Netflix in the mud hut from whence I came. So, yeah, thanks. I'll pass. Go on.
George Lopez led the audience in an anti-Donald Trump chant during one of his recent shows.
So, plan on Carlos Mencia doing the same thing next week. It's funny because he steals jokes. Go on.
A Florida man claims Judge Judy ruined his life by forcing him to reveal he was gay when he was on her show.
Being outed by Judge Judy. You know, there's an actual expression for that now. There's an actual when somebody in show business outs you and you're not ready to be outed, or when a friend outs you and you're not ready to be outed. You know what they call that? Because one of the first people that people noticed.
Wait, hold on.
Had it done to them.
Aired
was
out?
No.
Because you're in the closet, they air you out. No.
No, it was Lance Bass from NSYNC. Lance Bass from NSYNC was outed by one of his buddies before he was ready to go public with it, and it didn't seem like that much of a hitch in his giddy up. He seems just fine with it. But so
the
now,
shocker
when you're
of the century there,
yeah, and in news that is surprising to no one, members of NSYNC are gay. Right. But now, because of him, when you're outed before you're ready to, it's called being lanced.
Wow. Stop it.
No, it's true. When you're outed before you're ready to, it's called being lanced.
In more ways than one.
Judge Judy lanced this guy.
You know, I was on maternity leave when this episode aired, and when you're on maternity leave, that's kind of all you do is watch daytime TV and hold a baby. So I actually watched this episode.
You saw it?
Yes. And here's the thing. Okay, I don't know when you go on this show, it's Judge Judy.
Right.
She's going to scream at you. She's going to yell at you. You got to kind of be prepared for that. But I must say this episode was a bit uncomfortable when he came out. But I just don't believe it. The way she brought it up in the episode. It wasn't so much as her, it was the defendant or the guy he was fighting against, and then Judge Judy pushes the issue. And then
she couldn't be reached for comment. Busy ranting like a lunatic at a dude who owes a roommate $23 in rent.
Time won't stop, but I'll stop time to run away and make you mine. I'll take you where you wanna be. I'll make you love me so you'll see. Just wanna be washed away sometimes. I wanna be washed away sometimes. Just wanna be washed away sometimes. I wanna be washed away sometimes. Flowers for your hair. Just wanna be washed away sometimes. I wanna be washed away sometimes. Just wanna be washed away sometimes. I wanna be washed away sometimes.
Fascinating subjects, interesting talk, and boobs and fart jokes. AD on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, oh, let's go. Talking that mess, better act like you know. Oh, let's go tonight. Walk away, punk, yeah, bitch. That's right, I know this. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. So walk away, yeah, yeah. You don't talk.
Funkhauser.
Yeah. What?
Have you,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Check
you.
1, 2.
Yeah. Have you read any good books lately?
Oh, I see what we're doing here. We're teaming up against Funkhauser today.
I'm just wondering because I'm looking at marielanza.com and I just noticed that, it is worth mentioning for those that don't know that not only is she an awesome broadcaster, she's also a very prolific author. She's written a book called Fractured, Outbreak, The Colony Isolation, The Colony Breaking Down. So many books that she's written. How many have you read?
Well, look, I was challenged by Lisa Hine on Twitter to get it done in one day, so I need to find that one day to do that.
Right. You do need to dedicate a day.
So it's the whole day.
Yeah.
So ask me on Monday.
All right.
Yeah.
It's really
so Monday.
The book looks like it's about to catch fire at this point.
Part 4 is
Every time I look
coming
at
out
it.
soon on the Colony series, so you have catching up to do.
Yeah, I have read part 1 of that.
Good.
Uh-huh. You have to read
Words are
2 and
hard.
3 about that, too.
Is that
for
in reference
too.
to the show at all? No? The Colony show?
What's that?
You haven't seen The Colony?
Oh, no.
Come on!
Uh-oh.
They, if I'm not mistaken, they take like a bunch of, it's like a survivor thing. And they like go survive in the wilderness and they have to build a colony and towns and all this stuff. It's nothing to do with yours. Wow.
The look on your face looks
Jeez.
just horrible.
Well, here's the thing. When I first released the first one, a movie came out called The Colony,
Yeah.
and it killed me. No, it's post-apocalypse.
Very cool. Okay. I got
Very
like that.
dead.
I'm more into the survival post-apocalyptic stuff. I love that stuff.
So Funkhauser, you're going to read it over the weekend, and then we're going to report on the book on Monday when Marie is back at her normal job and no
Book
longer on
report.
vacation and can't be here. Interesting. The plot thickens.
Let me see if I could do it tonight.
Whatever.
Go on.
Former LA Dodgers superstar Fernando Valenzuela
Yeah, Fernando Valenzuela, big guy here.
officially became a U.S. citizen last week.
He was
Yeah.
on the Dodgers, and he wasn't ever a...
Yeah. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Valenzuela won the Cy Young Award in 1981. He had a career record of 173 wins and 153 losses and 0 rapes. Donald Trump, 0.
That you know of.
Yeah.
Wow.
Go on.
You guys are too much for me.
That might be slanderous.
Donald Trump says he loves Latinos.
Loves Latinos. Donald Trump loves Latinos. Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's casino needs tile work. Go on.
A Colorado man has eaten at Chipotle over 100 days in a row.
Oh,
I could totally do that.
3.5 months, yeah, me too.
Jesus.
Well, also, let's do the math. Colorado plus 100 days of Chipotle equals... Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and guess stoner. Go on.
Scientists say they can now predict what kind of music you like simply by asking a series of questions.
Excuse me.
Yeah, certainly Concept 714, I know the answer to this would be a big screaming yes. But do you, Funk, and do you, Marie, feel like the type of music that you listen to says something about who you are? I mean, I think it's one of the reasons why when you're first getting to know someone, you go, hey, what kind of music do you like? It kind of helps you understand the type of person you're dealing with. Is the type of music you listen to a big part of your identity?
I challenge someone to try to figure out what kind of music I like. I challenge
Polka.
I know.
them. No.
No? Oh.
I think it's like a color. Like, what's your favorite color? Same deal. You know?
I judge people by what kind of music they listen to and what movies they like. You can tell someone's intelligence and someone's kind of like mental levels, on the movies that they like and the music that they listen to. That right there is a personality tell off the bat. Since Barry hasn't seen anything, I'm not sure.
That's why I don't have a
where to go with
personality.
this.
I listen to such a broad range. Such a broad range of different types of music depending on where I am in my day, what I'm doing, and how I'm feeling. You'd never guess.
I mean, like, Marie's from Louisiana, and when you're from Louisiana, all bets are off because it really is the most mishmashed collection of cultures that are thrown together to make one thing that is uniquely Louisiana. So, like, for someone that hails from that part of the world, I do kind of find it, all bets are off. All right, surprise us. What's the most surprising thing that makes it out of your iPod on a regular basis?
The most surprising thing for people is heavy metal.
See, I would have guessed that.
Heavy
metal.
Heavy metal.
Heavy.
Panthera.
See, to me, like I just
Panthera,
associate.
you said? Pantera.
Well, I
See,
mean,
now you can see the difference here.
that was going to be my first thing because, like, Phil Anselmo from Pantera is from Louisiana, and he's got his band Down. And like when I think Louisiana, I think Zydeco music, I think washboards, and I think New Orleans jazz, and I think Dixieland, and I also think sludgy stoner metal is kind of what I think of when I picture music from Louisiana.
The only thing in my iPod though is heavy metal because I only listen to music when I'm exercising, and that gets me going. It keeps me moving. I can't have something slow in my iPod. So that's the only thing in my iPod is heavy music, rock and roll. Keep me going. Yep, that's how I get through my runs.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think we all like to think we're such individuals and our musical taste is a reflection of what an individual we are. But now scientists can actually predict the kind of music you like simply by asking just a couple of short questions. For example, if you answer yes to the question, are you an insufferable tool that everybody wants to punch in the face? Chances are you like Chris Brown. Go on.
Oh, my goodness. Of course, I dropped my papers. Okay. The percentage of teens say they've had sex at least once has dropped significantly since the 80s.
Yeah. Teens are having less and less sex, according to this new study. Contributing factors include lying your teenage ass off. All right. We're all adults in this room. We can discuss this sort of thing. Your teenage years, were you getting busy or did you wait till later on in life?
I was told
waiting.
when I talked to girlfriends, I was told I was a late bloomer, and I feel like I was young.
Can you give us the number?
Yeah, I was 17.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay, everyone reacts that way.
You shouldn't be any younger than 17. Like you have.
That's what I said. I'm like, wait a minute. I felt like I was at a
Late
good
bloomer.
age. Like I was reasonable. I was I was about to graduate high school, and
You're comfortable by then.
I was
You
comfortable.
understand what you want.
Yeah.
It's 17. That's a good age. If you're any younger than that, like, what are you, 13? Like, come on.
that freaks me out. It
That's
freaks
ridiculous.
me out.
Yeah.
I feel like I was at that age.
Yeah.
All right, it happens.
I'm with you. That was good.
All right, cool. Both of you were.
Yeah, we're all at the same, except what about you, AD?
Yeah.
So if it happens to you younger than 17, there's some sort of problem, apparently.
Yes, absolutely. There's no excuse or any exception.
You probably should have asked it first, maybe.
Yeah. Uncomfortable.
How young are we talking, AD?
I was 15.
I guess it's different for a boy.
But you were in like
Is it?
London
Yeah,
or
you were
New
in
York or
London.
something.
Am I doing
too.
double standard? Oh, he's European.
Yeah,
Come
he's
on.
European.
Come
Yeah.
on.
He's in a band.
They're born smoking. And, it's a different,
They're born smoking.
different
Born
culture. Different
smoking.
culture.
I'm gasping for a cigarette, Mum. Light one up. But the
That accent.
but here's the thing. She was a little. I think she was 16 or 17, though. So like I was taken by an older woman.
Wow.
It ruined. You know what it did? It absolutely ruined sex for me for about the next 10 years because like everybody has this awkward virginity loss story. Like, oh, it was, terrible. It was uncomfortable. It was over quickly. It was, like, I don't know what stars aligned that particular night, but like she did everything. Literally everything. And I got to admit, it was reasonably awesome. Like, I don't know how, but in my young excitement to take that rickety step into adulthood, I managed to.
You got the Cy Young Award at your first bat?
I got the Cy Young Award. Yeah, no, it was super awesome, good times, and I won't. This is we're trying to get terrestrial affiliates, so I'm not going to go into detail
Give us
that
the
is
details
too
on
gory.
Twitter.
But she did everything, and that was my formative experience. to where I was like, yeah, exactly. All right. But like, she did absolutely everything. And I was very shocked the next time I got to have sex, which was about a year later. And I was very shocked that not every female was willing to do everything. I was like, what the hell? What do you mean no? What do you mean I can't put that there? That's very strange. This is not what I'm used to. I guess I'm just more advanced than you. Oh, you're breaking up with me? Okay, let me just try this again. Anyways, yeah, I probably should have waited. Go on.
Son of Hulk Hogan, Nick Hogan, turned 25 last week.
Yeah. His birthdays are always kind of awkward, a little bittersweet in the Hogan home, only because, well, Nick Hogan, son of Hulk Hogan, he likes to celebrate his birthday with chocolate cake, but his dad not so keen on letting him have it.
Wow.
Wow. Go on.
Oh, goodness. A women's college is returning an endowment from Bill Cosby and refusing any future donations from him.
Bill says it doesn't matter what they say. He can tell by their nonverbal cues. They still want it. Amy Schumer on gun control? Do we have time for that? Amy Schumer, yeah, let's do this super quick. Calling for stricter gun laws after a man killed 2 people, wounded 9 others, and then shot himself at a Louisiana theater, showing her movie Trainwreck. Yesterday, and we can probably pick this up tomorrow as well. Yesterday, she held a press conference with her second cousin, who's Senator Chuck Schumer. Yep. She's related to this politician, Chuck Schumer. And she held this press conference to introduce new steps to tighten gun laws. Now, this includes stuff like increasing background checks nationwide and making it more difficult for the mentally ill and violent criminals to get their hands on guns. The guy who did the shooting at the showing of her movie Trainwreck, definitely a couple sandwiches short of a picnic. He was this transient dude living in a hotel. And look, there's nothing wrong with having taken a couple wrong turns in life and winding up being a transient that lives in hotels. But when cops searched his hotel room, they found all sorts of wigs and disguises and just a small arsenal of weapons. And clearly he was disturbed because they haven't really found a motive for the killing in any way, shape, or form at all. Like, there was definitely something going on. And Amy said, quote, "I'm not sure why this man chose my movie to end those 2 beautiful lives and injure 9 others, but it was very personal for me. Enough is enough. These shootings have got to stop. I don't know how else to say it." She also said, quote, "I'm expecting a backlash, and I'll handle it the way I've handled backlashes for the last 10 years. I've had death threats and a lot of hate directed toward me." And Chuck said, quote, "Sensible legislation can happen. The Second Amendment says you have the right to bear arms, but it is not absolute." Super quick, and we'll pick it up tomorrow. Go around the room. Do we need gun legislation reform in any way, shape, or form? We've got a good cross section of people in this room. Go.
Yes, but not in the way you may think.
Yes, but probably on the same lines as you are.
And Funkhauser?
Yeah.
Well, we'll discuss exactly how we intend to change the world of gun control and legislation tomorrow on the show. Bring your ideas, people. Bring them to Twitter, and we'll get deep into it. Thank you so much for hanging and being part of our radio family. Thank you, Concept 714. Thank you, Marie Lanza. Thank you, Funkhauser.